Hello, my Facebook friends. Welcome to the Ask Bess video column, where you can come on and ask questions about anything, about network marketing, about careers, relationships, health, weight loss, spiritual fulfillment, anything that's bothering you. I am Bess McCarty, coach for network marketers, also for business and life, and also called the Shrink of ML, for 30 years now. And I'd love to come here and help you address anything that is bothering you. My message is that you matter. I hear you. There is a solution. It is closer, usually closer than you think, and that you are bigger than any problem in front of you, and that I'll help. I have a real nice system that I would like to show you, a real simple 4-step method called Real Conversations that I evolved, and how to. It's a self-help method, and I will share that with you in a few minutes. So welcome, everybody. The question, what people are doing is they're private messaging me questions that I can ask here on the show, but you can also feel free to type one in below. And if you're watching the replay, please type in replay, because I'd like to thank you for that, and also like to hear where you're from. So, okay, a question that came in the other day was, how can I generate the highest leads using social media? And welcome, Dennis. Oh, Donna. Welcome, Donna. How are you? Okay, so this was the top question. How can I generate the highest leads using social media and make that you really use social media effectively? And this is from a network marketer wanting to know this question. So, a real quick answer is that I like to use social media as a networking group. Think of it as a group where you get out to meet people and know people. Now, I used to be in BNI for a couple of years, the world's largest, most professional networking group that I know of, and that was very, very educational. What we did in there was that we got together with the other people in the networking group who also wanted to grow their businesses. And we got together and we learned about what each other did to see how we could refer to each other. And a perfect place to do that is LinkedIn. Welcome, Carrie. Glad to see you. Welcome, Nancy. We're going to talk about two things today. One is how to generate leads on social media, and another one is how to avoid drama in life. Not only network marketing, but all of life. So kind of one skills question and one mindset question. So, and also I'm going to share the 4-step method, Real Conversations, self-help, so that you can get yourself from any problem solution in minutes. And also let you know about a class that I teach on Tuesday nights called Real Conversations Class, phone class. And I'll put a link to that. You can find that at bessmccarty.com/Real Conversations Class. That's Real Conversations with ourselves, because we have to be honest with ourselves to be able to move from problem to solution as fast as we can. So thank you for the likes and loves, everybody. And if you know someone that could benefit, I love if you shared with them. Some people share into other Facebook groups that could be watching live at this very minute with us. So thank you for thinking of others, and thank you for sharing. Maybe this can help someone. So 2 questions, one social media, one about how to avoid drama. So I was describing how to use LinkedIn as essentially a networking group. People on LinkedIn want to grow their businesses just like they go to a networking group. So you can assume that people on there would like more business, would like to grow their business, or generally assume that. And so what you can do is you can message people, especially the ones that you know on there who or that you've been interacting on each other's posts or commenting. Those people first would be sort of your inner circle. And you can message them and say, really appreciate what you're doing, or I like this or that about you, or about your profile, or about your work. Make a personal comment about them about their work. And then you can say, what do you think of getting together to take maybe 20 minutes? Excuse me. But you can skip the sneeze in that text. but you could message them, hey, how about we take about 20 minutes to get to know what each other does, in case we might be able to refer to each other. Now, I don't know a business person who wants to grow their business that would say no to that. And then that actually is part of the favor script that Jeffrey David Gamble and I teach inside of our generic school for network marketers, the MLM Millionaire Academy. We teach this beautiful generic referral indirect script that you can text not only other business people but friends and family, and you can say, hi, I have a favor to ask you. I want to let you know what I'm doing in case you might know the right person, run across the right person that you could refer them to me. I'm just looking for referrals. So that kind of lets the person off the hook that it's not about them that you're presenting to. It's a very lovely indirect method that never gets a no, never gets objections, works with all 4 personalities, is perfectly duplicatable, and it has generated a lot of results for people in our school that normally would have trouble contacting people or prospecting or signing them up. These people are jumping ranks and telling us that and telling us their results. So it's a kind of a magical best script that I've ever seen in all of network marketing, and that is why I wanted it to be taught in the school that I've run for many years. Welcome, Brian. Welcome, Mike. Glad to see you. Mike, thank you for the beautiful card that you sent me. I have been wanting to respond back, and I really appreciate it. That was so thoughtful of you. Thank you so much. And happy Saturday to you too, Mike. Thank you. So back to, we're covering 2 topics today: using social media to generate the best leads, and how to avoid drama in life and business. So we're on the first one right now, first question, and that is social media. And I was just sharing about the favor script. Hey, can I ask you a favor? I want to let you know what I'm doing in case you run across the right person. You can refer them to me. So you send that out to family and friends, and I'll put a link to that in case you didn't catch all that. I'll put a link in the comments. So send that out to family and friends. However, you can use it real effectively on Facebook groups. Say, hey, can we get together and find out what each other does in case we might be able to refer to each other. So I think you can generate endless presentations that way on LinkedIn. But do be sincere. Be interested in the other person. See how you can refer to them too. That was the deal. That's the arrangement that you made and that you set up with them. Now, if you are on Facebook interacting with other people, you can use this too, in a little bit slower way, because maybe that person doesn't have a business that would be their why. What's in it for them is listening to you, so that you both might be able to get referrals. But if the person on Facebook, let's say, doesn't have a business, you could still use this method, but a little bit slower way. First, you get to know them. Like, what I recommend is get onto Facebook groups that contain your target audience. If you are representing weight loss in your this is for network marketers now, or any business. But let's say you have a weight loss product in network marketing, and so you would get on Facebook groups about fitness, or bodybuilding, or runners, or weight loss groups. And then you get on there and you add value without talking about you and your business or products. You just get on there and add value how you can to people. That means listening to them, empathizing, giving a tip where you can, helping where you can, edifying, supporting what they say. And then if you develop a friendship back and forth or a little dialogue with somebody, and you see someone that perhaps you think you could help with your product and or business, financially or health, then you can make some comments, see how you can relate to that person, then move the conversation over to Facebook Messenger. Like, I have an idea that might help, or you just contact them on Facebook Messenger and ask more about them. How's that going? Like a single mom that wants to be home with her kids. How's that? Must be tough. How's everything going for you? It must be tough to have to leave your kids and go to work when I know you'd rather be home with them. And how do you manage that? How do you handle that? So you can just ask interested questions, not nosy, but interested and caring questions of the person through Facebook Messenger. Then you can eventually evolve it to a phone message. For example, when you've asked a lot about them, it could be about family, occupation, recreation, dreams, right? When you've asked caring questions about them and learned about them, remember to read their profile too, because a lot of times people don't want to write everything that they've already written in their about page on their profile. So you can go there and find something you have in common and say, hey, I see we both love dogs. What kind of dog do you have? Or how many do you have? Or I'm a mother too, or I'm a single mother too. How many children do you have? How do you deal with this or that? So you can strike up the conversations. And Mike says, love that picture of you and your furry friend. Mike sent me a beautiful picture of my dog, me and my dog Charlie. Yeah. I lost him at age 15 and January 9th this year, and still miss him, and he's still with me, really. And actually that picture, Mike, is my computer saver screen. So thank you so much. That was so thoughtful of sending me a photo on a card. That is something that is one of the dearest things to my heart. So thank you very much. Thoughtful. Mike's a fun person to follow on Facebook, and you'll see videos, lives that he makes too. Really thoughtful and inspirational videos. Always bringing so much value every day. That's you, Mike. Gosh, that's you bringing value. Okay. Yeah, be genuine, be interested, he says. So, met Mike at Eric Warrior's GoPro, and we have been friends. That is a good place to meet people. Quality, good people. So thank you, Mike. Yeah, and be genuine, be interested. There's the heart of it right there. That's how to connect with people on social media. And once you do, and you ask questions of them, how's it going for you? How's this or that? And then they're likely to ask questions back, like, well, what do you do? And you can say, well, actually, I would love to take a few minutes and share with you by phone what I do, in case you know other people that might be able to benefit from this, that you could send my way. And if you have been a good friend so far and listening to them and caring about them, then likely they will say yes. So that is how you use that favor script with people that are beyond your immediate friends and family. That favor script really was designed, hey, can I let you know what, hey, can I ask you a favor? I want to let you know what I do in case you run across the right person. You can refer them to me. Is this a good time? I'm just looking for referrals. That was invented by Jeffrey David Gamble, my good friend and co-teacher in our school, the MLM Millionaire Academy School for Network Marketers, generic school. So this was designed, the script designed for friends and family. You text them this, you text 10 friends and family, then you respond to the ones that text back, yes, this is a good time, or later, I'm not sure when, or whatever. And you follow up with that. And what we recommend is you do a 10-minute presentation after that, 5 to 15, but an average of 10. But let's say you do a 5 or 10-minute presentation for them. It should contain 5 bullet points about your company, need, product, comp plan, and timing. And we've written this all out in a little book called the Always Get a Yes book. And I'll post a link to that too. So, okay, after you do your 10-minute presentation, we have in the book what to say after that and after that and after that. So that is how you use that with friends and family. But that's how you use it with social media. If you meet somebody on there and then move it over to Facebook Messenger, move it to a phone, and be able to do that 5 to 10-minute presentation for your new friend. Or how you can use it on LinkedIn and do mutual education of each other to see if you can refer to each other. So basically, that is kind of my social media formula, Rosie. Did that help? Did that answer your question? Give you some ideas? Here's some cool little tips about posts that you can put down too. Say that your target market is like you want to contact chiropractors because you want to see if they might use your health product or might be able to represent your health product. So what you can do is you could put out a post and say, who knows a good chiropractor, and then see and get leads that way. People might list the chiropractors, and then that will give you some good people to follow up with and ask if they might like to have a presentation. Also, I think a cool post would be this. For example, a woman posting, I make more money from home. I make more money than my husband does in his career, part-time from home in less hours. But yeah, I make more money than my husband does in his full-time career, part-time from home. And people will probably say, well, how did you do that? I know another single mom, a corporate lady that I coached, who quit her corporate job because she was doing six figures in her network marketing business, traveled with her son for 6 months, went around, had lots and lots of experiences, and she posted that in a working mothers Facebook group and posted, as she went, their travels and photos and everything. So what person wouldn't say, how are you doing this, right? How are you affording this? How can you guys have all this freedom, and how cool is that? So that would be attraction marketing. Let people know the cool things that you're doing, and maybe they'll ask you about that. Okay, let's move on to, anybody have a comment, question, takeaway so far? Remember, you can ask questions on here as well. But meanwhile, and thank you for all your comments, thank you for the likes and loves, thank you for sharing. Meanwhile, I'd like to go over to the drama question. This is how to avoid drama. It is from a network marketer, but also this could apply to every single part of our business and in our life. Hello, Adriana. Welcome. How are you this Saturday morning? Good to see you. So, drama. How to avoid that. Drama is an energy sucker, a time sucker, gets you distracted when you should be building your business, takes a lot of emotional energy to deal with. And what I recommend is, if somebody is gossiping about somebody within network marketing, or gossiping about you, or puts you down, or says, that was dumb, or how can you, or who are you to, or even says things about you that are true or even aren't true. My recommendation is simply to ignore that. Just remove the attention, because what we give attention grows and feeds, right? There was a person who said, well, I try to repel drama. And to me, that would be giving it energy rather than just ignore it, removing the energy and kind of letting it dry up. So we neither want to attract drama by being, putting out things on Facebook that are not necessary, that there's no point to it. There's no good can come of it except venting. That would be drama. So there's 3 rules that I like to follow before I speak or post anything. Is it true? Is it necessary? And is it kind? Those 3 things. The necessary part would be a lot of the drama and everything. It's not. There's no end goal to it, or gossiping or talking to another person when there's no purpose to it. There's nothing that I want to come of it except just, from pure venting. So that would not be necessary. I can vent myself. I can go for a run. I can yell. I can hit a punching bag or hit a couch or pillow. I can journal it out and write it out. So and so said this about me, and they're a dumb jerk. But then when I write it out, then I take my time to heal it within me, because if it bugged me, then there's something within me to heal, and that's what I want to talk about next. And welcome, Victoria. Glad to see you. Thank you, everybody, for being on. Appreciate your likes and loves. Appreciate you sharing. Love to hear a takeaway or any questions. Love if you share, tag, comment, share with other people. Thank you so much. Okay, so drama. I talked about one thing, and that's removing the attention, which is like removing the water that would feed that garden or feed that plant, keep that growing, keep it going back and forth. And hi, welcome. And so what one person says is, I don't want to attract drama, I want to repel drama. Well, that in itself contains an energy, that effort to repel. It's almost like when we fear something, that's giving it energy and attention. So I said, how about a third option, which is to be neutral, to where we're not perturbed by it. We're not trying to repel, we're not trying to attract. We're just completely outside of that circus. We don't go to that circus, right? We don't go to that show. We go to a different show, which is meaningful, productive, happy inside. It's so busy being happy and helping people that we don't notice the drama. It just falls off us like water off a duck's back. However, if it really bugs me, if somebody did something or said something and it really, really, really bugs me, I'll journal that and, or yell it out. I'll get it out of my system. I'll vent that way. But getting it out on paper really helps me to be objective about it, because the next thing I do is I say, well, how is that me? if something really, really bugs me about somebody, or I'm annoyed about something about somebody that they're doing, I look and see, well, how do I do that? Oh, I don't do that. They're doing that. But if I really look carefully, I might see how I neglect doing what I said I was going to do, or how I try to get by without giving it my all, or try to ignore something I said I would do, and I try to pretend I didn't say it because I know I don't want to do it. Where do I do that in my life? And I search carefully and I look, and I eventually can always find it. Then I have compassion for that person. I go, gosh, it's just like me, So I better love this, and I better heal this and change this. Then I can change my behavior right there. So a couple of quick hacks or techniques is to say, well, when you write all this stuff down about you, is it true? Or how is what that bugs me about that person, how is it really me? And how can I change that? Now, sometimes we heard as the universe doesn't understand negatives. You're right. It just faithfully reproduces whatever we put out, right? Yeah, don't think of a purple cow and gives you purple cow. It doesn't hear the don't part, right? Thanks, Victoria. That's cool. Cool point. And so if someone says something about me that I just can't stand, and I'm tempted to respond back and defend myself and explain myself and refute myself and all this stuff, like they say, Bess is a dirty, low-down rotten. No, Bess can't do anything right. That would trigger me back to my childhood, when my mother was critical. If I did 9 things right but one thing not right, say, oh, you're messy, or oh, you broke that, or oh, you can't do anything right. And that was her venting, but that was about her, and that's not about the child, and it's not about the child's worth. So a lot of times we must, if we hear something that just triggers us, we have this urge to go change that person's mind and fight with them, and, or a mate even, or a friend or somebody on Facebook, or in our team in network marketing, upline, downline, crossline, they say something about us like, oh, she always does that. And you don't. But you're tempted to go and try to explain to that person why you did it this time. Anybody could understand that, but you don't the other nine times out of 10. And if you have this urge to go and explain that, that means there's something to heal inside. And what I recommend is write down, the pain that's there. Oh, she always does that, and that hurts, right? Because guess what? Probably, I'm guaranteeing that you're telling yourself that too, inwardly. That you have an inner critic that you learned from an inner parent, probably a child, probably a parent when you were a child, or caregiver, or someone. And they said that to you, and now you're still telling it to yourself. You make a mistake and go, there I go again. I'm just a mess up. I can't do things right. I'm a failure. I'll never get this. That's just who I am. And of course that's not true. But what you can do is journal where you've felt that before. If you can, remember the scene or the person who said it to you, probably more than once. Or else it was one real traumatic scene that all one needed was once. But generally it's been over time or habit that you heard that so often that becomes an inner critic. So here's my 4-step real conversations process to get out of that pain, out of that trouble, and not have to go and dialogue with that person, engage them, and explain yourself and defend yourself and all that junk. Don't need to do that. Just heal it inside, and then that's enough. Because it's a gift to you that you have an unhealed pain inside. Okay, so 4 steps with network marketing. You hear or you're telling yourself, you're a mess up. I'm a mess up. Okay, next step is the feeling underneath that. Identify that, and that might be shame, shame, embarrassment. And the 3rd step would be, say, what's the need now that is exposing? The need would be self-esteem. The need would be truth. That I mess up 10% of the time, but that's okay. The truth is that we are here to make mistakes. It's okay to make them, and that we learn from them. And that I am not a mess up. My behavior might be a mess up that time, but I am not a mess up. The need would be the self-esteem to separate my behavior from my inherent value and worth. Parents get that mixed up when they go, you are a pain in the butt, you're causing me trouble, you mess up, you are a bad boy or girl, right? They mix up, it's not the boy or girl, it's the behavior that's bad. But they mix that up, and the child doesn't know the difference and takes that in. So, okay, that would be the need. The solution then is how to meet that need in a healthy way, the fourth step, right? We just covered the problem, the feeling, the need, and now we go to the solution. So the fourth step is the solution. And that might be to stand in front of a mirror and say, I am valuable, lovable, and respectable, regardless of what other people say about me, regardless of what my inner critic is saying about me, regardless of what I heard in childhood. I am valuable, lovable, and respectful. I will change my behavior. I will always seek to better my behavior and better myself as a person, but my value remains intact through all of that. And to realize that and say that, or even write that 15 times, whatever method, the mirror method, write it 15 times until it becomes true for you. So I recommend when you get triggered, rather than go to the person, go within, go to your journaling, go to these 4 steps. And actually I have a free audio of how to learn this. It's a radio interview, but it describes how to walk yourself through the 4 steps and a chart to do it, and then some email lessons that come to you 1 a day for 5 days to show you how to walk through those 4 steps yourself. So you can learn to do this. You can get out of pain to solution in minutes, any day. So you won't have to carry it with you. You won't have to let it interfere in your business. You won't have to lose a day or a week or a month of work because of it. Welcome, Clement. And welcome, Katerina. Glad to see you guys. Welcome. Thank you for hopping on. And if you're watching, would you please say hi, because otherwise I won't know you're there. And Carrie says, this is so helpful. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Carrie. And for people, so I'm going to post the free thing. And for people who want more help than that, you don't have to do this alone. I do have a Tuesday night phone group where you can hop on and you can get coached live. It's confidential. It can be anonymous if you want, because nobody will know who's calling in. It can be by phone. You can use an alias name. So I'm trying to make it confidential, not recorded. You can just come on and ask questions, and get live coach there, and then get feedback from the other people in the group too if you wish. So it's really a cool group, and would love to have you all post that as well. So you got a bunch of things here. I'll look out for in the comments. Look out for that the free real conversations lesson, the phone group on Tuesday nights. You're welcome to be part of, and I'll also post a link about the favor script and the 10-minute presentation that I mentioned earlier in the live. So hope that covers questions. Anybody have a last question, comment before we sign off and let this be a replay? I post the links for everybody to find. Thank you so much for watching, and happy weekend to you. I do come here for the Ask Bess video column every Saturday and Sunday, noon Eastern time. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.